Yo, it's good, fam. It's your man, 100 grand. Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Coming to you with another episode of NBA Talk. Today, I want to show some love, big love, to my man, Precious Achiuwa of the Toronto Raptors. If you like this video, I want you to smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. In the NBA, you have different teams with different personalities, different cultures, different ways of developing young talent and how they see their outlook. And one of the probably strongest developmental programs has to be the Toronto Raptors. And it's really interesting to see young Precious Achiuwa develop in Toronto in contrast to how he was developing in Miami. Now, don't get me wrong, Precious Achiuwa was an extremely talented player, is an extremely talented player with a very versatile skill set and set of abilities. And Miami has a strong developmental program in its own right. Looking at the guys that they have developed in Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and a few of the young guys that are putting in major minutes. But something that you have to understand is that players are who they are. And trying to make them into what you want them to be isn't always as effective as maximizing who they are already. It's what got them to the highest level of basketball competition in the first place. And Precious Achiuwa is a really interesting individual where coming to the United States, he was an extreme athlete, similar to like a Jonathan Kuminga, highly touted, highly recruited, ends up in Memphis playing for Penny Hardaway. And it's interesting that he chose Memphis not just because it was Penny Hardaway, which was a huge sale in and of its own, but he wanted to play next to a big man so that he wouldn't be stuck at a center position. And so he played next to James Wiseman so that he could play the forward position. And he was thriving. Now, when Wiseman went down with the suspension, Precious Achiuwa filled in at center, and he filled in admirably. But somehow, teams missed that during the draft, he specifically stated he sees himself as a forward, wing player, not a center. Not a center. The Miami Heat drafted him, of course, and we saw how they tried to develop him specifically as a center. They saw him, I guess, in this kind of positionless basketball type of ideology, patterning his game and his body type after Bam Adebayo played at Kentucky. And they said, hey, at 6'9", 6'9 and a half, athletic, physical, you can still play center for us and still have some versatility. But that's not who Precious Achiuwa is. Fast forward, you see the Toronto Raptors, Masai Ujiri, takes the opportunity to bring him in the Kyle Lowry trade. Shipping out Lowry, bringing in Goran Dragic, who he flipped for somebody else later on. And what we see is at first, it has taken Precious Achiuwa, maybe I want to say, the first half of this season to kind of break out of what Miami had tried to make him into. This physical, grind it out, hit the boards, physical defense, take charges, hustle, big man. And all of a sudden, you see the past couple of months, Precious Achiuwa began to really morph into what Masai Ujiri and the Toronto Raptors saw in him, which was who he was and is all along, a versatile forward, probably far more in the likeness of a Pascal Siakim. High energy, athletic, great agility, ability to finish around the rim and above the rim, utilizing his speed, his ball handling, his craftiness, his ability to attack the basket off the dribble, and as he continues to develop his jump shot, hit open threes And what we're seeing now is they're instilling confidence in him because they're instilling confidence in who he is, not in who they want him to be. And as a result, Precious Achiuwa is thriving. Now, I know the past couple games hasn't been against the best defensive teams, but seeing flashes is still a flash. For young players, every big game is an opportunity for them to build confidence, which we know in the NBA is solid gold. Without confidence, without extreme, almost irrational confidence, you're almost, pretty much you can't play on this level. I'll put it that way. And so what I think that we're actually seeing is the emergence of another Pascal Siakam level player. But I want to know what y'all think. Do you think he could be a Pascal Siakam? Do you think I'm overreaching a little bit? Where do you think he finishes this season? I've got big hopes for him, but I want to know what y'all think. Hit me back on Twitter at RockNeverStops2, and I'll holler at y'all later.